Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.
I don't like when you do this.
What, you don't like Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis?
No, this is one of my favorites, actually. I don't like when you do this because you steal the thunder from whatever the surprise is going to be in the 12 Days of Christmas.
You know, it's 3 hours from now, right?
That's
3 hours.
That's true. That's true.
Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.
We were decorating the tree a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I want some Christmas music out. And so I got the little Bluetooth, but our Bluetooth is not little. It's one of those Ion,
big one
subwoofer, PA system type thing. And we have lots of little Bluetooth speakers that we use for things like that around the house. And that song was on the Christmas station down the hall, Christmas in Hollis. And so I turned it on I love that one because it's the only radio receiver we have in the house. That's the only thing that gets a radio signal.
Oh, it's built
into
the speaker.
Our phones
yes,
did,
my Bluetooth is the same way.
Now we have to get a stream. Yeah, so
is it
it's
the one
great
that has the handle on the top, or is it the one that has like the two speakers in it?
Our handle's off the back of it, but it's it's the most portable of the models.
Okay.
So you can pick it up and take it wherever you need to, but it's it's big. It's the size of a, it's a little
bigger
bit
than a lunchbox, isn't it?
It's like, but it's loud. It's loud, so loud, and it's got a bass setting on it, so you can hit the bass.
It's got the boom. Does it have the light button too? I have one with the light button.
No lights. I know, like the disco lights. That's too fancy for me. I don't. What do you need those lights for?
Oh, I didn't buy it for that. It was just this was on sale at Costco for. I think it was normally $100. It was on sale for $79, so I bought it.
That's what ours was, but probably a generation.
I always turn the lights off too, because you
don't want to be flashy.
Unless I'm listening to music and drinking alcohol, then sometimes as the night goes on, the lights come on.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's when you're drunk, you can be flashy. When you're not, you got to be classy.
Classy, exactly.
Try to be classy, not flashy.
Yes.
So I turn the bass setting on and I turn it up all the way, and I'm walking up the stairs, and my family's so lame. They're like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Whoa, turn that down. We don't want to. What are you doing? Why is it got to be so loud?" But it's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Come on, get with the spirit. I may have been a little trashy and not classy at that moment.
Should have sagged your pants a little bit. This is what you do when you walk around like this. Yeah. Let's see. Today, day 5, 12 Days of Christmas. We're going to add 5 more prizes. We got hung up on question number 3. We did get the answer to question number 2. If you missed it, it's in the podcast. Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning. Wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, whatever it is, just search Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning. Thanks to Team Swayze. All 4 hours of the show now are there available for you, including hour number 4, which holds the 12 Days of Christmas. So get up to date, because we're going to start with question number 1 today. You got to get through all 12 questions to win. Today we'll add 5 more prizes, added 4 tickets or 4 admissions to the Renegade Escape Room. This is the brand new spaceship escape room at Margarita Adventures on Friday. So get on.
Which they have a wine at Ancient Peaks that they call Renegade. They have a line they call Renegade on the zip lines.
Like that word.
And there's a Renegade Point somewhere on the property. Like that's all of Santa Margarita. I'm sorry. Everything that they do at Margarita Adventures, they should I know historians probably would have an issue with this. But really, what are you going to Santa Margarita for? They just should rename the town Margarita Adventures with a couple other restaurants.
Hey, maybe they will one day. Like Wally World. You know what I mean? Like you'll just get off the exit and say Margarita Adventures.
Right. You have 2 entrances in. It makes all the sense of a huge ass parking lot at the ranch. You could, let's build it. Let's get this going. Let's make this thing an amusement park.
Let's get water slides, roller coasters.
It's like
Come on.
Jurassic Park. That's what I feel like. When they take you back to the zip lines, I feel like it's Jurassic Park. I totally do.
For a T-Rex to come out?
Yeah, they should totally play that music,
Oh my God, I saw somebody
when the gates open.
when I was in Atlanta at the airport that had T-Rex arms. A woman. I couldn't believe it. Have you ever seen a person with T-Rex arms? I was just like, I didn't know that was a condition.
I think it's funny. I have, and I think it's funny that you have the same response, the uncomfortable response that my son has. You didn't just uncomfortably stare at this person, did you? Because
no,
that's
I
what
looked
my son
away
does.
quickly. I mean, I saw it,
Okay.
I looked away, and then I had to look back to make sure that I saw what I saw. And then I was like, oh my gosh, those are T-Rex arms.
I will
Anyways.
never forget the first time he ever saw a little person. Oh my!
No, this is a normal sized person.
No,
with
I know.
T-Rex arms.
I'm just saying. No, we've
okay.
seen that before too, and he just stares.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
the first time he saw a little person, he was like 3.
and he was taller. Oh, sorry.
Well, it was about the same size, to be honest with you. And I'm like trying to. It was at Disney World, and I'm like trying to divert the attention. I'm like, hey, come on, let's go. We gotta meet up with everybody. And trying not to be obvious about it. It stopped him dead in his tracks, and he just sat there and he stared, and he goes, "Hey, Dad." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "There's a weird little guy over there." I'm like, shh.
No, you
quiet.
don't say that.
Let's
You
go.
say he's not weird. A little person.
Well, I had to get away from the guy in order to explain to him. I needed to get him out of there. Get him to stop
I think you
talking
should have
about
walked
it.
your son over there and said, "Hey, my son needs to understand."
No.
what's going on here."
We don't need this scene from Elf.
93.3 KZOZ rocks the 805.
For years, we've been arguing between the two of us between fake and real trees. And the weird thing is, you would think it'd be the other way around, but it's not. I bought a fake tree. God, it was at least 12 or 13 years ago. I think it was 2010. So we are now in 24. So it's been this will be my 14th year of having a fake tree. And I spent $300 on this tree, and Jeff gave me the riot act 14 years ago. And he said, "I can't believe you spent that much on a tree." And I said, "Well, you just wait in 10 years when this tree is cheap as hell, because I haven't had to pay for a tree." And now look at me. Still the same lights, LED. They're all on the tree. Put it in the bag. Pull it out. It's like 8 feet tall. Put it up. No water. It's freaking awesome. How much do you think?
Yeah. No, I get that.
How much do you spend on a tree? I just want to know.
Every year this year was $80.
So, what would you say the average is over the last 10 years? 75? 80?
Yeah.
It's about 80.
Maybe it's probably gone up a little bit this year. So probably, somewhere between the last 5 years.
Yeah. Let's just do 70 times 10, which is...
I think it's gone up from 55 to about 80. Hey, inflation's, man, it's real.
If the average price that you've spent in a
Plus, we
decade-
buy it from Lowe's, and Lowe's, they just let you walk right out with whatever you want to walk out.
was
You want to take copper
$60,
wire, take
you've
it out.
spent over $600, and then you add, $700 and plus dollars over 12, 13, 14 years. It's going to be like $800.
I wonder what would happen if I walked into Lowe's and just walked out with the Christmas tree. Because these people, they walk into Lowe's and then they just walk out with whatever. The people are like, "Oh, nope, you don't want to. You don't
I think
want to."
people are done putting up with that crap, to be honest with you. I think now you get
I do too.
Guys like the North County Vigilante will just come take you out. Be like, "Hey, you're
I
on
do
the
too,
radio?"
but-
You're like, "Give me that tree back, bro."
And at that point, I would say, "Okay, here's your tree back."
Yeah, there you go. I was
yeah.
just going to see if it fit my car before I bought it. That's all. That's what
I'm very envious of my father-in-law. My father-in-law lives in like the mountains. And he just goes and cuts down a tree. Oh, yeah. He drives down a Forest Service road. He's like, "That one looks good."
Yeah,
cuts
there
it
it
down,
is.
throws it in the back of his truck, and then drives home with it.
We have a couple of nice Christmas trees in our house, in the front yard of our house, but they're like literally,
Cut one down.
They've been there forever. Well, they're too big now.
No.
Oh no!
Cut the top of
the
it
one
off.
in the front would make it. The one in the front would make it. Boy, my mom,
Cut the top
my
of it
wife
off.
would be.
No,
mad.
you don't need to. You don't need to. You love your fake.
Yeah, no, I love the
synthetic
fake tree. It's up. It's good to go. And it's the best way to protect your pets against Christmas trees. Do you
I
have
don't care
issues?
about protecting. I don't care about protecting the pets so much as I do the Christmas tree. Luckily, we're fortunate. All 3 pets could give a rat's ass about the Christmas tree.
Oh,
they don't care.
Oh, that's good.
At all. At all.
Well, if you're not as lucky as Jeff, and you don't have a fake tree because you're family has to have a real tree, which, they smell good.
Which, by the way, if they had a problem with it and they kept having a problem with it, and the punishment or the discipline, I should say, not punishment, the discipline that we gave them did not work, they might just have to go somewhere else. That's my solution.
Well, somebody came up with the idea of putting a fence around the tree, like a
that's
pan,
dumb.
so the animals can't get to it.
That's not living. You're not living if you're not living well.
I mean, the tree is still there; it's just got a little pin around it. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. That's a look of somebody who's like, oh yeah, I can't control my animals.
Do you have a train around your tree? The bottom of your tree? Oh, we do.
No.
We always did. It was a big one too. It was like a foot tall. It was like a big train. But let's see. Use cord covers so they don't chew on the cords. I mean, this is all common sense. Fragile ornaments up higher and use ribbon to tie them on, not those metal hangers.
We do that. We do put the fragile ones up high because the cat likes to walk around the bottom of the tree, but now there's presents underneath the bottom of the tree, so it really doesn't matter. Like
George still likes to go up to our tree and look at the ornaments, the ones that have like the balls. I'm old school. I like those balls. They're like chrome balls, but they're like red and silver.
You're old school, so you got.
What do you call that ornament? Does that ornament have a name? I call it a ball. It's just they'll break.
I call it a Christmas ornament. That's what I call it.
They'll break if you drop it on the ground.
Run of the mill.
Yeah.
So we have an outside tree for our front porch. It's a fake tree because it will withstand the elements better than the. And plus, I'm not going to pay to buy 2 trees and throw 2 trees away.
The harsh California elements, yeah.
So the outside tree is unfolds like an umbrella. It's super cheap, and we put the balls on them, like the balls. I call it the department store tree. That's what it looks like. It looks like a display for like a Toys for Tots or something like that. That's what's outside of ours, outside the door. And on the inside, it's like all the keepsake ornaments.
You know what I like my tree to look like?
Something.
And I don't think people will get it because we don't have a Nordstrom's here, but you've been to the Nordstrom's trees. That's what I like my tree to look like. Very classy.
Yeah, I know you do. And then that's dumb.
And I like to listen to jazz piano music for Christmas music. I don't like singing. It's all instrumental.
See? You go classy and not trashy even on your fake-ass Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right.
I go trashy.
Unless I get drunk, then I get trashy.
My kids have like a construction paper that has been laminated.
You're like the Griswold family Christmas tree. I mean, I can see that being your tree.
Like classes that they've had in the past, like they like to hang up the pictures of themselves on like gingerbread cutouts.
Oh, and like the ornaments they made you and all that stuff. Yeah, I had that as a kid. No kids at this house, so we have a no kids Christmas tree.
So you have a Nordstrom's rack Christmas tree.
Nordstrom's rack? No, Nordstrom's, not Nordstrom's rack.
No, it's the Nordstrom's rack. There's no I don't think Nordstrom's exists anymore. So it's now Nordstrom's rack, bro.
Damn it. Well, I don't even know if Nordstrom's rack has a good tree or not. When we were kid, Nordstrom's was this high-end department store, but you could afford it. I mean, it wasn't like...
No.
And they always had a guy playing a grand piano under the escalator. Remember that? It was great. Always playing.
Remember Nordstrom's? I'm sure they don't do this anymore, especially with the rack. But Nordstrom's used to have this policy, and it was basically the Costco policy for shoes.
Yeah.
You could buy a pair of shoes 10 years ago, wear them down to the sole, walk in there and go, I bought these shoes here 10 years ago. I need to bring them back.
You know why they had that policy, don't you?
Because shoes used to hold up.
Well, that, and they started as a shoe store. Nordstrom's was a shoe store in Seattle.
Right.
And then they branched out to clothes and stuff. But, yeah.
Now it's just cheap stuff from China.
Too many people trying to do the scam, and that's what's going to happen to Costco. Some jackass is going
somebody will take back a Christmas tree this year.
Well, they will.
That's your bottom dollar.
In July, they'll be like, oh, this Christmas tree died. It was never alive in the first place. All right, we'll give you your money back. By the way, pine needles, big cause of diarrhea in pets. You don't want that in your house. So make sure you sweep up them pine needles.
I believe, see, this is how I feel about the pet. If the pet is dumb enough to do something like eat the pine needles off the tree, they deserve the diarrhea.
Well, he craps all over your kitchen floor. You're the one that's
I'm just saying.
Or your
they don't like the diarrhea either.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I understand tough love.
Then they stay outside for the holiday season.
I have to deal with tough love. Now I got to clean
I take the Romney hard line with the pets on top of the car with the crate while they have diarrhea.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Have a good morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.